George Zimmerman's defense says the judge in the case is unfairly biased against him, and he's fighting to get him removed. But those aren't Zimmerman's only problems. His attorney says he is running out of money and remains in fear for his life. Our Chris Trankman joins us now live from Orlando with the latest. Good evening, Chris.
Oh, good evening. His attorney says he's nearly broke, but his attorney also says the only way George Zimmerman can get a fair trial is if he gets a new judge. So today, they took legal action which could delay the case for months. When Judge Kenneth Lester released George Zimmerman on bond, he wrote that Zimmerman was a manipulator of the legal system and may have considered leaving the country after concealing $130,000 in online donations.
Some of the suggestions that were made in that, there's a real question whether or not Judge Lester may have stepped over bounds, and my client has a very legitimate concern about that.
So Zimmerman wants Lester kicked off the case, and his attorney, Mark O'Mara, has filed an appeal to a higher court to get the judge replaced. As for Florida's controversial Stand Your Ground law, O'Mara says he won't use that defense, saying Zimmerman was attacked and beaten, so it's hard to stand your ground when you're on the ground.
I think the facts seem to support that, though we have a Stand Your Ground immunity hearing, what this really is a simple self-defense immunity hearing.
As for Zimmerman himself, his attorney says his client lives in constant fear.
He really has to live as a hermit, unfortunately.
Because of death threats, O'Mara says Zimmerman is confined to a small, secret space with his wife. And since donations have dried up, they're worried about just getting by.
Are we going to have enough money to keep defense involved, to keep money flowing in for food and shelter? Those are real legitimate concerns. He's not just, sitting around enjoying this. He wants it done.
So despite all that talk about stand your ground, the attorney is going to argue for self-defense. Now, if he is successful during that hearing, Zimmerman will be immune from any criminal charges. He'll walk away scot-free and won't face any civil charges either. We're live in Orlando. Chris Trankman, ABC Action News.